A 900-pound predator towers over its handler, so massive it is unlike anything nature ever allowed to exist. This is the world's largest cat, a hybrid born not from evolution, but from deliberate human design. Ligers are not found in the wild. They are the creation of crossing two top predators who would never meet in nature. What happens when we override nature's rules? And what price do these animals pay for our curiosity? The answer begins with how the impossible was made real. A liger is not a wild animal. It is the result of pairing a male lion with a female tiger, a combination that would never happen outside of captivity. Lions and tigers are both apex predators, but their worlds do not meet. Lions roam the grasslands of Africa and in small numbers parts of India. Tigers keep to dense forests and swamps across Asia. In nature, there is no place where their territories overlap. This geographic divide is absolute, enforced by continents and ecosystems. Only in captivity, under human control, are these two species brought together. The outcome is a hybrid that stands apart from both parents. For contrast, there is also the tigon, produced when a male tiger breeds with a female lion. Tigons exist, but they are rare and typically smaller than either parent. The liger, by contrast, grows to a size that neither lions nor tigers reach on their own. These hybrids are not accidents of nature. They are deliberate creations, bred in zoos and private facilities for their novelty and spectacle. There is no evolutionary path that leads to a liger in the wild, no ecological need that calls for such an animal. The liger's existence depends entirely on human intervention, a living example of what happens when natural boundaries are ignored. The next question is why this cross produces such an extraordinary result. Inside every cell of a liger lies a genetic tug-of-war. The rules are set before birth by the parent's DNA and by something subtler, imprinting. In mammals, certain genes carry instructions based on which parent they came from. Some genes are active only when inherited from the father, and others only when inherited from the mother. This parent of origin effect shapes how an embryo grows. In lions, males pass down genes that push for maximum growth. In the wild, this gives their cubs an edge in the pride's competition. Lion mothers, by contrast, have evolved strong genetic brakes that keep that growth in check. Tigers are different. Solitary by nature, they do not face the same pressure. Their eggs carry weaker growth-suppressing signals. When a male lion mates with a female tiger, the result is a mismatch. The lion's growth-promoting genes are left largely unopposed by the tiger's weaker suppression. The liger embryo receives a green light to grow, and it keeps growing, often well beyond the limits set for either parent. One geneticist summarized it simply: the father's genes shout grow bigger, while the mother's only whisper slow down. In ligers, the shouting wins. This silent contest at the molecular level is what unlocks the liger's extraordinary size. It is a phenomenon that cannot arise in the wild, and it is a consequence of human choices in captivity. A full-grown male lion weighs between 180 and 225 kilograms. The largest tigers, usually Siberian males, can reach up to 270 kilograms, but a liger can easily surpass both. Verified records show adult ligers weighing anywhere from 320 to over 550 kilograms, nearly twice the bulk of their parents. At shoulder height, a liger stands up to 1.5 meters tall, and from nose to tail can stretch more than 3.5 meters. The head alone is massive, often 2 or 3 times larger than that of a full-grown lion or tiger. The most famous example is Hercules, a liger living at a wildlife facility in South Carolina. Hercules has been officially measured at 418 kilograms, over 922 pounds, and is recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest living cat on Earth. He measures nearly 11 feet from nose to tail and stands as tall as a man at the shoulder. His daily diet is as much as 25 pounds of meat just to maintain that size. In photos, Hercules towers over his keepers, his paws wider than a human face, his frame dwarfing even the largest purebred big cats. The liger's size is not a myth or an exaggeration. It is a fact, measured and weighed, the direct result of genetic instructions gone unchecked. No lion, no tiger, no other living feline, wild or captive, comes close. The sheer size of a liger comes at a steep biological cost. As these animals grow, their joints and bones struggle to support the enormous weight. Veterinary records document early onset arthritis and chronic joint pain, conditions rarely seen in healthy lions or tigers at similar ages. Ligers often require modified enclosures with softer ground and extra space to reduce stress on their limbs. Some develop a rolling gait or favor certain legs. Clear signs of skeletal strain. Inside, the story is just as troubling. The heart and other organs are forced to work overtime to keep pace with the massive body. Cardiac strain is common, and kidney or liver failure has ended the lives of several well-known ligers before reaching old age. Many ligers live shorter lives than their wild relatives. The average lifespan falls below that of both lions and tigers. Reproduction is another barrier. Most male ligers are sterile, unable to father offspring. This is not a quirk, but a predictable outcome of hybrid genetics. A veterinarian who treated big cats for years put it bluntly: the body grows beyond what nature intended. The rest of the animal cannot always keep up. Across the world, ligers are displayed as living wonders, a headline attraction at private zoos and roadside parks. Their size alone draws crowds, promising a glimpse of the world's largest cat. For many facilities, this spectacle is not just a curiosity, it is a business model. Visitors pay for photo sessions, feeding experiences, and behind-the-scenes tours, all centered on the rare hybrid. Promotional banners boast record-breaking weights and lengths, while social media accounts rack up millions of views with videos of handlers dwarfed by their enormous charges. The financial incentives are clear. At places like Myrtle Beach Safari, encounters with ligers are a cornerstone of the revenue stream. The promise of a once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunity justifies premium ticket prices. Breeders and exhibitors claim these animals spark interest in wildlife and educate the public, but the reality is more transactional. No accredited conservation program recognizes the liger as a priority or a solution for endangered species. There is no coordinated effort to reintroduce ligers into the wild, and no scientific body includes them in breeding plans for lions or tigers. One exhibitor summed up the appeal in a single line: "People do not come to see another lion. They come to see the biggest cat in the world." The continued existence of ligers is tied not to conservation, but to the economics of entertainment. Their value is measured in ticket sales and online clicks, not in any role they play for their species or the ecosystem. Every liger born is a statement about the boundaries humans are willing to cross. The decision to breed an animal that will never exist in the wild raises questions that go beyond science. In the United States, There is no single law that addresses the creation of big cat hybrids. Some states ban the practice outright, while others allow it with minimal oversight. Private breeders operate in the gaps, advertising exotic cubs for photo sessions and online fame. The result is a patchwork of regulation, with little consistency or long-term vision. A zoologist put it plainly: ligers have no place in conservation. They are not a species, not a solution, just a spectacle. Even among scientists, there is discomfort with breeding animals whose lives are marked by health problems and early death. Ethicists point to the one-generation lineage of ligers. Most males are sterile, and even fertile females rarely produce healthy offspring. Each hybrid is a biological dead end, engineered for novelty, not survival. The debate is not limited to ligers. Across the world, new hybrids appear, bred for curiosity, entertainment, or profit. Some call for stricter laws, demanding that welfare come before wonder. Others argue that innovation is part of human nature. The question lingers: when does curiosity become exploitation? With no clear answer, the liger stands as a living dilemma, caught between fascination and responsibility. Ligers exist only because we choose to override nature's boundaries. As genetic manipulation accelerates worldwide, the line between curiosity and responsibility blurs. What we create today shapes the future of life itself. The real question: should spectacle justify existence? Share your thoughts below.